Hey, this is Stan on Ask Stan. Just 2 or 3 minutes late. They did some kind of new format on Facebook, and I had a little trouble getting live. I wasn't ready for it. But here we are, pretty close to 12 o'clock. This is May the 4th, and we are live for the Ask Stan show. So what do we want to go over today? Well, I'm going to talk a little bit about what I got coming up. I've got one of my seminars coming up, or a webinar. Webinar coming up is this week. It's June the 23rd. I mean, not this week. The one coming up is June the 23rd. It's in a couple of weeks. The title of it's called How Not to Go Broke in the Nursing Home. And it's going to be a good one. It's about the asset protection concept that I talk about many times, even here on the radio and here on Ask Stan. That's June the 23rd. I'm going to do two of them. I'm going to do them live. It's 12 noon and 6 p.m. Now, those are going to be webinars because we're still not back to the live events just yet. Pretty soon, maybe. Hopefully in July, I'll start doing live events. And what I think I might do when I go back to live is we'll do them in person and do social distancing and all that. But I'll also stream it. So if you're still uncomfortable coming to, if you're still uncomfortable coming to the thing, I think I'm going to offer both. So anyway, what I want to talk about today is kind of some of the stuff we're going to talk about at that webinar coming up on the 23rd, and that's the asset protection. But if you're interested in the concept of not going broke in the nursing home, if you're 55 or above, which is the area and the age limit that I truly suggest for that, to start thinking about this. Don't wait till you're in a nursing home, because then we got to go to crisis planning, and that's a whole different methodology. So pre-planning is always the best. So here's what I'm offering. If you, prior to my webinar on the 23rd, if you want to call me, email me, or just go to a link. The link is live.perchowskiestatelaw.com. So it's just live.perchowskiestatelaw.com. It'll give you a form. It'll look like this. This is well, you probably can't see too well in here, but it's my property protection checklist. And if you need one, call me. I'll send it to you, or stop by and pick one up. You fill this out. It's barely a page, okay? It just talks about some basic property, what your income is, home, stuff like that. And what I'll do is I'll do it at no cost to you. I'll do an analysis. I'll do this 4-page written analysis of all the assets that you have. I'll move them in the countable versus the uncountable columns. I'll show you what we can protect. I'll show you what we can protect immediately, and I'll show you what we can protect over a little bit of time. And I'll show you how long it'll take to get 100% of everything you own protected from any creditor. Not just getting a lawsuit or somebody suing you, but any creditor, which includes the special creditors like Medicaid or the nursing home, which enjoy a little bit of a time period that we have to honor. I actually generate this timeline. I don't know if you can see this very well, but I'll explain it. I'll just explain it in words, but if you get this, you'll get one of these for your own specific circumstances and your own analysis. What this shows is, and I'm going to use this particular example. This is a real live case study. This particular example has between all the assets that they put on here, the income, the house, everything that they own, life insurance policies, all those things, we have a $695,000 estate. That's everything, okay? So without any planning, what's at risk? Well, the whole $695,000, because even if you have a revocable living trust, you being in control over everything in there, your creditors get it. Because remember, I probably said it, if I said this once, I said it 100 times, and I'll say it again. If you have control over your assets, or you can get to them, so too can your creditor, right? So if you can get at it, they can get at it. So how do we creditor protect something? We make it so that it's what we call an income-only trust, where you can't get at the principal. So if you have all your property in a revocable living trust, it doesn't protect you from creditors. You have complete access to it. You're the trustor, you're the trustee, and you're the beneficiary. So you can buy it, you can sell it, you can spend it, you can give it away, you can do whatever you want, because you have control over it. If you have control over it and access to it, your creditors have control and access to it. Got that? That's a big takeaway from this. Now, we can protect it from creditors. We can keep them from getting at it. Any creditor. a car wreck that sues you above your policy limits, or if you're in business and somebody sues you, or somebody trashes on your driveway, any creditor, including long-term health care. They're just a little special because there's some time frames we have to deal with, thus the word planning. But let's get back to this example. This couple has $695,000 estate. That's everything that they have, okay? They come to me, and I sit down, I do the analysis, and I can immediately protect, I mean right the very day we write the trust, I can immediately protect $486,000 and some change of that estate. So with a plan, like I said, no plan, everything's at risk, right? Because if you go into a nursing home and they weren't paid, okay, now, so I can immediately protect 486, that's like 70% of all their assets immediately. So that leaves 208,000 and some change that is at risk. Okay, now that's going to be at risk for a period of 24 months in their case. Now that's based on their age and their Medicaid availability and stuff like that. But it's only at risk for 24 months because after 24 months, I can start protecting $5,749 every month from 24 months on, and then at 60 months, I can protect 100% of everything they own. So, like I said, pre-planning, if you're in the nursing home or knocking on the door of the nursing home, that's not pre-planning. We got this period we got to get by. That's what this seminar is about. It's called How Not to Go Broke in the Nursing Home, because the number one question that I get asked from you folks all the time, almost on a daily basis, is how do I keep the nursing home from getting all my stuff? And that's the hot button everybody wants to hear about. Well, this is the answer to that question. I'm going to demonstrate how. If you want to do this free analysis or my property protection checklist, go to live.perchowskiestatelaw.com or call me and I'll email it to you, or just come by and pick it up. Fill it out, bring it back to me. I'll do your personal analysis. You'll have something to look at. You will be able to see the value of what this kind of planning can do. Like I said, we can immediately protect a lot of your estate. So that's what we're talking about at the webinar. And I go over some examples, and if you do this, some of those examples will make a little more sense to you. So I think it's very helpful. I think you'll enjoy it. Take advantage of it because, hey, what do you got to lose besides everything, right? If you don't have any plan at all, everything's at risk. So you have everything to lose. So give me a holler. I'll do it for free. All you got to do is do this. Come watch my webinar and come see me, and we can protect all your lifelong savings, your house, the family farm, all the stuff that you want your kids to get that is perfectly right for the creditor like the nursing home to take. You know, I often ask people, hasn't everybody heard something like, well, I hear they can take your home. Okay, well, that's not entirely true. Actually, it's not true at all. The nursing home doesn't take anything, right? Here's the way it works. If you go into the nursing home and you have too much, or you got these countable assets and you got your exempt or non-countable assets. If you go into the nursing home and you have too much, well, you don't qualify, right? So Medicaid doesn't help pay anything. Medicare doesn't pay anything for long-term care. So you pay and you pay privately and out of pocket, and you pay until you can't pay anymore. What happens when you can't pay anymore? Do they just give you the boot and kick you out on the street and not take care of you? No. What happens when you can't pay anymore is the nursing home helps you qualify for Medicaid, and then Medicaid pays the nursing home. So I'm not a big fan of nursing homes, but they're not really the bad guy here because they get paid no matter what. But what happens and why it's at risk is that all your assets, and even your home can go in the exempt column. And Medicaid won't kick you out of your house, but what will happen is after you pass away, the Medicaid is going to come back around under what they call the Medicaid Estate Recovery Act, and they're going to file a claim with your estate that enjoys priority ahead of all your heirs in distribution, and they'll take the house and sell the house to satisfy what they put out for cost of care. See how that works? Well, that makes them a creditor. And if we can get you planned and get you in the time frame, the statutory time frame, because Medicaid has this magic 5-year period that they allowed to look back for uncompensated transfers, and they can, to apply a penalty period. If we can do it in time, we can protect everything you own. So when they come around to try to, if they won't even come around because they understand how this works, but theoretically, if they were to come around after your estate with the Medicaid Recovery Act, they would be a creditor, right? They'd be a creditor in the estate. And the property that you're trying to get is not in the estate. It's in your irrevocable income-only trust. It's not yours or your estate's to give to them, okay? So it's not under your control. You don't have access to it. Your creditors don't have access to it. Now that's how we protect it. It works like a champ. Not many people do it. I don't know why. I think it's misunderstood. It's what I do. I understand it entirely. But anyway, June 23rd. Be sure you come to that. I do it twice during the day. I do one at 12 noon, one at 6, and I stream it live, and I'll make a recording too. So if you can't make it at one of those times, call me and I'll send you a link to the recording, or if you're old school and don't do internet, I usually burn it to a DVD, something like that. So, hey, this is what I'm going to do is I usually try to keep this to 15 minutes or right about there. I'm working on the Secure Act. I had a couple clients come in and they're worried about the Secure Act and tax implications. And I'm not a tax attorney, but I'm trying to understand. So I've been working a lot on it. And I should have something for you by next Thursday on the Ask Stan Show. I'm also on the radio show at WKSR at 8:30 every Thursday. I should have something concrete. Now, I mean, I've already talked to you about what the Secure Act is, what the basic changes are, and giving you the overall fact that we need to plan for that, that it affects your retirement accounts. And, you know, the only two big differences that really affect it, there's a bunch of little things, but only two major things is that now your heirs can't take it over a lifetime anymore. They got to do it in 10 years. And they created this class of people called eligible distribution beneficiaries, EDBs. And those are the two things that have just kind of impacted everything that we used to do. And so I'm still figuring it out. I've almost got it down. But that's what I think I'll be talking about real soon. If it's not next Thursday, maybe the next one after it. So if that interests you, by all means, give me a holler. We'll take care of it. Don't forget my webinar 23rd. I'll talk more about it again next Thursday. Let me see if I don't see any questions posted. Got a quiet bunch today, but hey, if you think of anything, you want to post a question, post it here. It'll show up. Go to my email or where you're on my Facebook page watching it now. Post it on Facebook. I'll answer it. I won't wait till next Thursday. I'll answer your question, but I might use it for the question to do on the Ask Stan Show or on the radio show. So, all right, that's it. If there's no other questions, I'm going to grab a bowl of soup, eat some lunch, and get back to work. So, you guys out there, stay safe. I used to say safe because of the coronavirus. Now it's more like don't get yourself killed. I don't know about you, but I'm a gun carry permit, and I don't go anywhere without it, now more than ever. So, anyway, listen, stay safe. We'll see you next Thursday, okay? So long.